Hi, Earth signs. This is Tara, and welcome to your November 9th through the 15th Psychic Tarot forecast. And I'm pulling two cards for this month, and I'm starting with Capricorn. Hi, Capricorn. How are you? I'm pulling two cards and looking into my crystal. All right, so that's one card that wanted to come out. And that's two. There you go. All right, so let's take a look at the first card. And this is the Magician. All right. So the Magician is, he's a creator. He makes things happen. As you can see, in all areas of his life. In the card, there's the four suits. There's the cups, the pentacles, the swords, and he's holding the rod, and he's pointing up towards the sky with one arm and down towards the earth with the other arm. So what he's wanting to do, he's wanting to bring ideas into practical reality. And so that's an awesome card to start the week of the 9th with. And so some of you, let's see, some of you I'm getting, and then there's an 8 above him, or kind of like an infinity sign. So I feel like some of you that have really wanted to work on some cherished dreams, and it's feel like this has come up for you before, Capricorn, that you really want to work on something that is really you want to move forward with, you're ready to move forward with. And I just want to say, just do it. Just start it, however that looks. If it's doing it part-time, or if it's just, starting it a couple hours a week, something like that. I'm feeling like, to push you. I'm kind of wanting to push you forward. He's resolute in what he wants. He just hasn't made the final decisions, or the final put forward the final strength to do so. So again, that comes up big time. I'm seeing his blue shirt, because I feel like around these things that you all want to put into action, there is a lot of nurturing, there is a lot of comfort. I feel like some of you could be putting out services that are very, very beneficial to others. It's like, you're selling, or you're doing services or whatever that others feel fulfilled about, so you do. It's kind of like giving and receiving. So I encourage you to really be like the Magician, and really create that force in you, that excitement in you that really wants to move forward with some things. I just feel like you all want to do that. Okay, so the next card that came up is the Three of Rods. And this is, okay, so actually this was a major arcana card, the Magician. The Three of Rods have to do with our activity, how we put into the world what we want, our willpower, and it also has to do with fire signs, so Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So if this is your moon or rising sign, and or you're working in conjunction with someone who is a fire sign, or at least feels like they are a fire sign. So the 3 has to do with beginnings. It has to do with new beginnings. So that kind of goes along with this Magician who's wanting to create and to put the beginnings into place. Actually, he's looking out at the ships, and he's looking like you could make a story of this and say he's watching his services, and he's a merchant. He's watching his products and all go out to sea, and wondering when they'll come back. But also maybe they've already started fruition. Maybe also he's seeing some of those ships come back, and he wants to send out more, because I do feel like whatever, some of you, this is a general reading, whatever you've been wanting to do that makes your heart sing is something that's been going on for a while, and you've been contemplating, and now you're really ready to put that into action, and really to oversee it yourself. It feels like you know all the plans. You can get people's, of course, you can get people's opinions and suggestions, but I do feel like you're the main attraction. You're the main star in all of this. Okay, so this is This is some about work. And it also could be about love interest. Maybe you're working with someone to do this. But remember to stand on your ground with your own ideas. I'm seeing a lot of green right in the middle of this, and I'm pointing it this way, but it's kind of like a really pretty green. I feel like there's money coming for you by doing this. I feel like there's healing coming for you by putting forth your skills and your plans and your creative projects that you've wanted to do. And I feel like some of you at some future date will be traveling, and it may be traveling in town, it may be traveling out of town, out of state, out of country, or if you're, out of the United States coming to, because I feel like it's in the U.S., so that might be fun for some of you to be doing some traveling. If you're not in the U.S., then it's moving around your particular county or city or wherever you're located. Okay, my friends, that was an awesome reading, and I hope you have a wonderful week. All right, so now next on to Taurus. Okay, Taurus. How are you doing? This is the week of the 9th, November 9th through November 15th. And I'm pulling 2 cards, and I'm also looking at my crystal. So let's see what 2 cards will come out. That's one. The second one's being a little bit pickier. Be sure to subscribe, too, so that you'll receive these in your inbox, and you don't have to go on YouTube searching. All right. So the first card that comes up for you is the King of Cups. Okay, the King of Cups. So this is about really, it could be a male, but it also could be an archetype for you really feeling your emotional well-being. You're really feeling good about it. The King of Cups, this has to do with a water sign. So that could be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer that you're a team with. But it could also be, too, that this person has really made a lot of good decisions for his well-being, and he has a huge heart. I feel like some of you guys have a huge, and I know you do, Taurus, you really, you open your heart. So I feel like this is really about opening your heart to people, and if you're presenting your ideas, is really coming from that space. If you have a proposal to make, if you have someone you're meeting with that is a love interest, I feel like come from the King of Cups place. Value your spiritual truth, your spiritual heart. He's very satisfied with where that space is. He's very satisfied with his emotional well-being, and so that's an awesome card to start off your weekly reading with. Okay, so next comes up as a completely different card. This is a sword card, and this is the 4 of Swords. And 4 has to do with structure. And this guy is resting. He's resting because he needs to, because he's ready to move forward quite a bit. We came up with the King of Cups and your emotional well-being. And I feel like this is about our thinking. This is about thinking a lot, concepts, ideas, and our mind. And so if you've been analyzing a lot, if you've been thinking a lot, it might be good to take that rest, because this transition, you're getting ready to do some big things. So for the week of, it's feeling kind of like sweet for the emotions and nice, and it's also feeling like give yourself a little bit of a rest on what you've been thinking about so very, very much. Okay, so let's look at my crystal, Taurus, and see what comes up for you. And this is really a nice look. What I'm seeing, it's kind of like a plank or like a solar panel. This is like a solar panel that's inside of the crystal. And so I feel like it's beckoning you to really, it's really beckoning you to kind of feel lit up, to feel like you are where you're going are actually going to be lighter steps, brighter steps, because this is like a solar panel and it's giving you energy too as well. It's like, like the sun does. It's beaming up to the sun and bringing the light back down to you. All right. Okay. So that was an interesting reading. I hope you all have a great week. Feel your emotional well-being. Take a rest because you're getting ready to do more moving forward. All right. Okay. Thank you, Taurus. Now on to Virgo. All right, Virgo. Happy week. This is Tara, and I'm doing November 9th through November 15th. Pulling 2 cards, which there's one that wanted to come out, and there's another. Very specific with you guys, but fast. They came out fast. Sometimes they're slower, but okay. And I'm looking into my crystal for additional insight. Okay, so the first card that came out, Virgo, is really a wonderful card. This is a major arcana card. This is a sun card. So this feels really good. The sun card is saying, you know what, there's a lot of happiness and hope and dreams, wishes fulfilled. It's in a good place. It's like if someone's starting off on a journey and they've gone through trials and tribulations and they've worked some things out and they've had good times and they've had challenges and they've had, this is like, well, out of all that, there are some hopes and dreams. So I feel like some of you, and I'm seeing a book. So some of you, I don't know if you're writers or if you are writing a proposal or you're writing a preface at the front of a book or a preface to whatever the document may be. But that book came up, so let me know on the comments below if that has to do with you. This is very sweet, very fun. I love that it came up for your first card. Okay, so your second card is the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so the 8 has to do with strength. You're really, you really are being strong. This feels like a good week for some of you guys, Virgo. This is a general reading, but you're being strong, there's strength about this, and the pentacles have to do with our money, possessions, our finances, basically money, our business. So you're really working with that. You're mastering your craft. Let's see what I get with this, and especially with the Sun card coming up first. I feel like there's a lot of hope for whatever you're putting your time into your work, into your property, into your company, into your wealth, into making more money. Just keep on that wheel. Just keep going because there is a lot going on for you. I'm going to see if this could be, also too, I feel like some of you are really wanting to make someone happy, like as far as a sweetheart, and show them what all abilities you have. You want to, you're ready to kind of show that off. So I really encourage you to do so, Virgo. I think you are going to have, some of you, really a pretty awesome week. And I'm going to look into my crystal and see what comes up here. And I'm going to point it this way. And really what comes up for me, for you, are actually a couple different things. So this is, interestingly enough, Virgo, I'm seeing like a couple of specks that are dancing around. They just feels like there's dancing, and then there's a stage underneath. So, if you feel light on your feet, or you're feeling really good about the steps you're taking, and that they're taking you to a lighter place, more positive place, then I kind of feel like that's what that's about. So leave me any comments on what's going on with you. I would love to hear from you. Make sure and subscribe. If you haven't, you will get these videos each and every week in your inbox. I hope you have an awesome week, Virgo, and I'll see you soon.